Okay. All right. So this is for my assignment of refocus and recharge. Um, and I am to speak with you about teacher burnout versus teacher demoralization. First of all, I will say this is my friend Kim Fidler. She is a former high school Spanish teacher, and I would definitely call you an influencer because what is your current job title?
So I work for the Indiana State Teachers Association, and my title is UNISERV Director. So it's basically bargaining contracts and dealing with disciplinary issues, representation, all of those parts.
Okay, so you are definitely, I would say, interested in this topic, know about this topic some, etc. So
Yes,
I'm sure you've heard the term teacher burnout.
yes.
Okay, and have you heard of teacher demoralization? That
Heard of it
terminology.
and seen it. Heard
What?
of it and seen it.
Yeah, okay. Um, what's your definition of teacher burnout versus demoralization, teacher demoralization? Or is there a difference? Is it significant? Is it
There's,
slight? What's your take on
I
that?
think I think the difference is significant because once you're a brand new teacher, you're very excited, of course. Over the course of about the first 5 to 7 years, you're still very excited, trying new things. Then you kind of get into your stride and you know a little more about, well, this really works, this doesn't work. And then, really the last part of your career, I believe, you already know those things, you're better at reacting. So I do believe that experience for teachers needs to be rewarded. But I use the term burnout when I meet with someone and they have just worked too hard, they're experiencing maybe depression, anxiety, just tired, and just not interested in continuing any longer because they've given their all. It's kind of like when you think about a match burning out. It's done. It's over.
Right.
There may be different reasons why it happens, but a lot of times it's just because you've been in there for the long haul and it takes so much out of you.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that to me is burnout, and people do leave because of burnout. But I don't think that happens in the first 5 to 7 years.
Okay. What, you don't think it happens in the first 5 to 7?
No.
Why do you
So
say
the
that?
reason that our younger people are leaving is not about burnout.
Okay. Why do you think they're leaving, the younger people?
So that gets more into the demoralization. So we already know, especially focusing on Indiana, we're the lowest in teacher pay increases in all of the states. It's been difficult legislatively. But I think that just the continual pounding on people with the requirements for standardized testing, using the students' test scores against your evaluation. You are paid based on your evaluation. If you are placed in one of 4 categories, highly effective, those are the 2 best, and you get a salary increase if you're in those 2 categories. But then there's always that question of, I'm working really hard. Why am I not highly effective? Why am I just effective?
Right.
And so that's demoralizing when you see yourself working really hard, and then one person who is subjective doing your evaluation thinks maybe I'm going to say my friend over here is highly effective, and I don't really have much in common with this person who works really hard, so they're just effective. So we're all humans, and there are a variety of reasons that people get designated. It's especially demoralizing if you're having some kind of an issue, and it might not even be about knowing your subject matter. It might not even be about the ability to have good classroom management. You might be having troubles at home or health problems, but then if you are not performing well, you're placed in an evaluation category of improvement necessary or ineffective. I mean, you can even be called ineffective. And you don't get a salary increase for those categories. unless you're a first or second year teacher, because we do have a little bit of leeway on that with the law. But so first of all, it's based upon tests. We know our kids come to school with so many problems.
Right.
It's difficult to deal with those issues, the trauma, all of that. Then if the student even just isn't in a good mood and doesn't want to do well on the test, they don't care sometimes. Right. And then I'm thinking, oh my goodness, my evaluation, my salary, everything is based on that.
Right. Not
to mention the laws that restrict when we can bargain, what we can bargain. You know, that we can't even bargain what hours we work anymore. So,
right.
So I think all of those pieces and the low pay, if you have all of these demands, legally and otherwise, locally, and then you're not being paid well, you're going to leave in your first 5 to 7 years because you're demoralized by it. Right. I didn't even have a chance to get burned out because there was just too much ridiculousness that I didn't even want to wait until I get out over the long haul. And so, not to say, you know, I made the comment earlier, it's like when a match burns out, you're just done.
Right.
I have seen people who are burned out and they might take some time off, or, you know, the summers help a little bit with revitalizing and getting away, but so many teachers work second jobs, third jobs. They're not off during the summer. Right. Totally. And a lot of people who work year-round think, well, I don't get those summer months off. What are they complaining about?
Right.
Well, it isn't difficult all day, every day, and our substitute teachers see the same, our custodians, our secretaries, cafeteria workers, bus drivers. So I think that when I think about the term burnout, it's over a longer period of time because there's just demanded of you, even though you love your job and the conditions. The demoralization is more about, I still love my job, I feel like I can do this for 20 more years, but I'm not going to because I have this requirement and that requirement, and I'm getting paid $30,000 a year, and I can't afford to support my family. Right. I qualify for food stamps. I can't get a one-bedroom apartment, and those kind of things. So I would separate the burnout from demoralization by burnout being more, I've put so much of myself into this over the years. It wouldn't matter if I were teaching in a fairy castle and making $1 million a year. I've just given all of my energy, and it's gone, and I need a break.
Right.
Where the demoralization doesn't even allow people to reach that point. They just think, why would I do this?
Right.
You know, it's kind of like that whole idea of a revolving door where not necessarily even with education or teaching, but if you hire someone to work at your grocery store and you're constantly having them get mistreated by customers, the pay is low, you're demanding things of them, they're not burned out, but they didn't spend enough time there to get burned out, but they're going to walk out because it's just not worth it.
Yeah. I guess for me, I do think that some beginning teachers could be burned out because they're just not, well, I think it would probably be a combination of both because, you know, you are giving and giving and, you know, it's hard to realize how much when you're engaged with students, you know, 5 or 6 classes a day, 20 plus kids, and, you know, it's not just teaching, it's so much more. So I think it can happen, but yeah, I could see, you know, definitely the demoralization adds to it.
If we're looking at it like a stool, I would think, okay, there is a third leg to this with our younger. The third leg would be, okay, I haven't spent enough time to be burned out, and I'm not demoralized yet, but also just am not. This was not a good career choice. I mean, we have people who see as they're growing up, maybe they're in college and they think, oh, well, I don't know what else to do, I'll teach. And it isn't for everyone.
Right.
So